What's up, everyone? Welcome to Program Your Remote. Today we're going to take a look at how to change the outer seat panel on the driver's seat of a 2015 Kia Sorento. So as you can see, this seat panel is off. When it came in, it was mostly all the way off. It was just attached at the rear. We have our new seat panel here. This is an OEM Kia panel. I will put the part number for this in the description box of the video. And let's take a look at this and see how it broke. So there's a few clips on the front, these 3 larger clips, and that's what actually broke on this one. Over time, it just kept pulling off like this. And then there's also these smaller clips around the rear, as you can see there. If you take a look at that one on the bottom, they just kind of attach in there like that. And they come off of there really tough. So if you happen to break, if you break 1 or 2 of these, I doubt it's really gonna be an issue, but if you break several, you'll probably end up having to replace this plastic piece here. But in any case, this is just gonna pry off of there. These are just gonna come straight out. And the big thing is to come as straight out as possible. You know, you don't wanna like start twisting like this. You wanna come straight back towards yourself. And you may need to get a trim tool or even like a flathead screwdriver in here to help you get that loose. And it does take quite a bit of pressure. But once you get that back, then we need to remove these connectors. There's this connector here. If you push with your thumb, comes off like that. And there's this piece here, and both of these are kind of connected to this black plastic piece, and it's easier if you just push up on the whole thing like that. Or down, I guess it would be towards the floor to get it off. And then there's this piece here, and that comes off like that. Now we'll take this piece and we'll take a look at how to transfer the buttons for the driver's seat over to the new panel. So taking a look at our panel, the old one, if we take a look at the back side, there's these 2 Phillips head screws, which I've already gotten taken out just to save time, holding this piece on. So go ahead and loosen this one and this one up, and then this piece will come out of here like that. If we flip it over and we take a look at these buttons are gonna pop off of here and they're just gonna come straight out. That's the main thing. You wanna pull them straight out as opposed to pulling to the side or down, kind of like we talked about with this whole main piece. I'm gonna use a trim tool like this. If you don't have one of these handy, just use your hands or even like a flathead screwdriver. You just wanna be careful as always. And then once you get those off, this piece here is gonna come back towards us. And what we need to do, there's several clips all the way around here, these little ones, and you just need to pry up on this piece. And I've found that you can go ahead and pry up quite a bit because you know we're replacing this piece anyway, the plastic. These black ones that are connected to this are the important ones that you don't want to make sure not to damage because they're gonna be necessary to get it in our old one. So just work your way around here. And as you're doing that, you can kind of push on the buttons just to get some pressure coming up. Okay. Then once we have that out, we'll grab our new panel. And we're basically just gonna reverse everything we just did. Go ahead and snap that piece into place. Grab this piece and throw back on. So I just tightened these 2 Phillips head screws down to hold that button in. Now we need to snap these 2 buttons on the front. And these are just gonna snap right on. Okay, so now this new panel's ready to go on. And there's one last thing that I need to show you that may or may not apply to yours. And we'll take a look at that before we put the next panel on. So this is our new panel that we just set up, and this is our old panel. And the one thing I wanted to point out is these tabs right here you see on the new panel are the ones that broke here and here. And they may actually still be stuck in the little clip that holds them, as this one was on one of them. As you can see right there, there's that little bit of plastic tab in there. So what you want to do is get a needle nose pliers, get a hold of it and pull that out. So make sure those are both clear, and then we can go ahead and actually throw that panel on. Okay, so our new panel is ready to go on. And the first thing we'll need to do is attach these connectors. But there's one thing I want to show you before I do that while we have a little better shot. The first thing you need to line up, if you notice there's this slot right here, is going to line up with this metal piece right here. So it's going to kind of come in there like that. And then once that's kind of hooked on the front, this is going to come around and all those clips are going to snap on. I just wanted to give you a little better shot of that because once these connectors are connected, it's going to pull it a lot closer. So we'll go ahead and take this one, clip it in. And then if you remember from the beginning, this is the one that we need to slide onto this piece after it's connected. Like that. Clip that connector, and now it's time for this to go on. And you gotta kind of line that piece up at the front like I showed you in the beginning. And then you'll feel these ones kind of in there, and you can see that rear one. And then line all these small ones up right here. And just work your way all the way back around. Make sure they're all clipped in, and that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you could take a second to like and subscribe, it helps us out, and I'd appreciate it. Thank you.